Hey, I'm ElusiveKev, Mr. Welcome back to MotoGP 18. As last time out, I had a superb race through the field. Can he have a similar experience in Australia? So here goes McDonald in for his 3 qualifying laps. Round of murky bit of island. Look how much cloud there is overhead. Not the beautiful sun we're used to around here. As he goes through the first corner, get out the way! What is that rider doing? Leaving the pits and just hogging the racing line. Sorry, May is going to be protesting that after qualifying. As he's half a second down. It's like he'd just be half a second down after that. That's all. No major bump going into Casey Stone corner. Bit wide from Mayo into the hairpin. Beerbine actually feels pretty similar to previous editions. Maybe just tied to overall. As apparently he's now less than a second back. Don't understand that, how he, when he outbraked himself into a corner. Maybe even more flowing as well. That's actually a bit tighter now. And downhill. Apparently just a quarter second back, McDonald. And then this is a bit different, these last couple of corners. That's much more a bend at first. And the final corner is pretty similar. Maybe a bit tighter in the exit. As they're towards the line, and for McDonald it's a 40.7. That's not bad for an opening salvo, but needs to maybe be in the 38s. As he gets on the grass, this time in the first corner. To go through this long left hand, they just have to be so patient on the throttle. You can see he improved less than a tenth slower than Bezzecchi. Then flat out through the left. Brake a bit earlier into the hairpin. Bit that might have been too early, but that wasn't too bad in the end. Uphill through the left hand, it's definitely more long ranges, that corner. And he's now 9 tenths up on Bezzecchi. As now Yurchenko's at the top of 39.4. This would be a mid 38 then for McDonald, which would be right up there with Della Portia. He nails this lap. Oh, now he's 6 tenths down on Martin. He's on a 38.3. As these last couple of corners definitely don't flow as much. There's a bit more of a wider gap as well between them. Maybe don't need to brake into the final corner, just a slight lift. So McDonald heads towards the line. For a 39 flat, that's not bad. Now can he dip into the 38s, get this first corner right for once? Oh, he can. Nailed the apex. You go through that long left-hander. And just less than a tenth slower than Martin. Oh, McDonald's got pole within his sights. This final lap. Go out the hairpin, use all that curb on the exit. Then into the left hand, drift slightly wide and get hard on the power. And he's still around the 10th slower than Martin. He's within reach. Can he nail this section? This is where he's been losing time. No, drifted wide. Oh, and then messes up the hairpin. He's 5 tenths down on Martin. still if he nails this final corner. Could be close to the Grizzini rider. Using all of the curb on the exit. No improvement. As Martin grabbed pole by just 45 thousandths of a second ahead of Canet, with Bastianini rounding out the front ahead his teammate Della Porta. Di Giannantonio Suzuki on the second row. There's Otel Noah-Din in 8th, McDonald in 9th. Good return to the top 10 in qualifying for the San Marino rider. Ahead of Bezzecchi leads the 4th row. Then Sasaki and Mino. There's McPhee, Kornfeld and Foggia. Tuba, Arbolino and Rodrigo on the 6th row. Budagerdachenko rounds out the top 20 ahead of Binder. Then Ramirez, Masaki and Arenas on the 8th row. Meza, Ty Rider and Loy on the 9th row. And at the back it's Antonelli. That's a bit of a shock. And Alonso Lopez as well. What is going on with Lopez at the moment?
Engines are fired. The riders are ready. Just a few moments to go and another Australian Grand Prix will begin here at Phillip Island.
So here we are with McDonald revving it up at the start. Let's get underway. Well, should be 8 into 18 laps round this Phillip Island circuit. And a decent start for McDonald, but he has dropped back outside the top 10. Approaching the first corner. Got McPhee White in front, McPhee blocking him. Oh, found a Ray down the inside, not just him, but Kornfeld. Sasaki as well. He's got the power early. Right in the slipstream of Noah-Din now. We go through the fast left-hander. Towards the hairpin. He's down the inside of Di Giannantonio. He's pushed on the near pod. Twins wide. Bastianini. Now down the inside, Della Porta and Canet. He's up into second. What? Got Martin less than half a second in front. Manoa just trying to take advantage of that sector he knows he's good at. This sector he's not. Oh, and he's been punted by Della Porta, revenge punt. The teammate of Bastianini. Well, that's just going to hold them up and allow Martin to get away. So in the long run, that wasn't actually a good move from Della Porta. Old accelerates out the final corner. Onto the front straight is Lopez and Lloyd battling for 26th. Lopez on the march past Antonelli as well. Got 1.1 behind Martin. Can he close this gap and grab another victory? Bastianini up to 7th. Ahead of Suzuki. Or not. We go through the first corner. Nowhere near the apex. And then he's level with Martin. He's got Della Porta in his slipstream though. With a fast left into the hairpin. McDonald using that curve to really hook the bike up. And really has gained on Martin. A gap again around 5/10, almost a second ahead of Della Porta. Is this a Martin McDonald showdown? We haven't seen this, have we? For the win. A Moto3 level. We've seen McDonald battle Canet. Bastianini. We saw Martin drop back in Austria. When McDonald had his go for victory and was successful. But he sniffs blood here, down under in Australia. And as I said previously, he's had a couple of goes at victory, been successful once at Moto3 level. Can he make it 2? But he does a 37.7. 6/10 quicker than Martin. There's no doubt he's got the pace then for this fight. Let's see if he's got everything else. Against the Moto3 elect world champion. As it stands now, he would be winning it, Martin. The only chance he can be denied is if he crashes out or doesn't score points and Canet wins. But at the moment, that looks very unlikely. McDonald all over the back of Martin in his favourite sector. Go out the left-hander. It's no longer just 5 tenths, it's a couple of tenths. And there's a 1.3 second gap behind the Della Porta. These two have just raced away. It really is a proper one-on-one duel as McDonald gets onto the dirt. To let down the inside of Martin. Doesn't quite work though. Oh, maybe into the hairpin. Clashes with Martin. Martin has to give way. Already down the front stretch, we'll find out. Because McDonald very wide into the final corner. As Masaki and Arenas are battling over the wooden spoon. And as we go on to the 4th lap, McDonald leads in Australia by 3 tenths. And you've got Della Porta, DJ Antonio Canet down in 5th. McDonald with a 38 flat there despite aggressive move. Being wide in a couple of sectors. Or corners, should I say. And here comes Martin launching the offensive down the inside. McDonald takes it back though. At the beginning of the season, he probably would have been taken out by Martin or done a stupid move there, but he saw it coming. Lets the championship leader mess up and holds on to the lead. To go through the left-hander. Oh, onto the grass. Just in this like he broken Martin, 7 tenths ahead. Just McDonald gave him a glimmer of hope here by getting onto the dirt again in this race. And see Martin just 3 tenths behind. It's definitely within striking distance as Arbolona and Bulliger battle for 19th. And again McDonald wide in the final corner. But allow Martin to slipstream by on the start-finish straight. It's a 38.6 from McDonald, that's pretty slow. Martin just caught a second behind. We don't want to be making a move into the right-hander. Want to set it up for this left-hander, which Martin did the last time out. This time McDonald just blocks the inside as we're into the second half of the race. But Martin's still just a 10th behind. And there he is, right behind McDonald through the left-hander. We're not close enough to make the move into the hairpin. McDonald is very strong on the brakes. And then through the left-hander out of there. This time he's not kicking up dirt. He's half a second in front. Still Martin not giving up. He's right behind McDonald. He doesn't need this victory. Just needs to be beating Canet and he's won the championship. Sure his team are trying to remind him that fact on the pit boards. But McDonald 4 tenths in front. Can he actually nail this final corner for once? Better, not the best. But he's at least close to the apex this time. As Antonelli ahead of Foggia now. He's making a march in the second half of the race. It's a 39.1 from McDonald. Martin 4 tenths behind. That's with 3 laps to go. We could see Avinta and McDonald grabbing their second victory of the season. Their second Moto3 victory. Bastianini in 7th, battling Suzuki. That's been a race-long battle between the pair. Martin 3/10 behind now. As he go to the halfway mark of the lap, the hairpin. McDonald a bit wide again. But he doesn't mind that, just as long as he gets the brake in into the corner. Which allows him to hold on to this position. No, he's wide. Oh, Martin gets into McDonald again. He runs wide out of that left-hander. Such a silly mistake from McDonald, and now he's elbow to elbow with Martin. And takes back that lead. Covers the inside into the hairpin. So this is far from over. As Berger and Antonelli battling for the top 20. Oh, the Italians. But for McDonald, he's hanging on. Tyre wear isn't too bad in the bottom right, but he's just hanging on. You get some fast riders behind. Martin, Della Porta, Kinet and Di Gianantonio. And Martin less than 4/10 behind. That's on the penultimate lap. A very interesting battle here. And oh, Martin almost into the back of McDonald. He saw that he had to pick up the throttle a bit earlier than he would have liked. Now it's affected his exit. Will that allow Martin to make a move into the hairpin? Doesn't look like it. Looks like McDonald still holds on. And he finally nails that left-hander after a few laps away. He's 4/10 ahead of Martin. Just over a lap to go. McPhee and Antonelli battling for 90. Alonso Lopez not scoring any points in it. It's like down in 23rd. Battling with Foggia. Italian not on the score sheet either. Bashi now battling with Nuruddin behind. They've been pretty feisty in the last couple of laps. And he's not the only rider. As we go through the final corner, Antonelli and McPhee now exchanging positions for 19th. Oh, that's how you hook up the final corner, McDonald. Why haven't we been doing that all race on? Clipping the curves, beautifully on the entrance and exit. Another 39-1. He's 4/10 ahead of Martin. As there's just one lap to go here in Australia. There's Otto now ahead of Nuruddin, maybe paying for his aggression towards Bastianini. Now the German opportunities. Once again, Martin almost into the back of McDonald. And now it's 5/10 is the gap. Did Martin blow his shot? Trying it in the second corner. It's Mugello. Not Mugello, Mino. There we go, we got there eventually. That's a lucky battle for 30. For McDonald. It's an 8/10 of a second lead. It's the biggest gap of the race so far. Surely he's got this. With a few corners to go. Berger ahead of Lopez. We go over the brow of the hill. Watch out for that rear. Watch out for the braking downhill. 4/10 ahead of Martin now. Suzuki's winning that battle for 13th. No, didn't win that battle for 9th. But who's winning this race as you go for the final corner? McDonald nails the exit. Runs towards the line. And it's victory number 2 in Moto3 and of the season for the rookie. What a race. Ahead of Martin just at the flag. Great rewards for him. As there's a 6/10 of a second gap in the end with Della Porta in third, beating Canet to the podium with DJ Antonio in 5th. Bezzecchi, Nuruddin, Bastianini down in 8th in the end. with Otto in 9th, Suzuki in 10th, then Tuba, Kornfeld, Sasaki, Mino, and Rodrigo grabbing the final point by over a second ahead of Ramirez, Lloyd down in 25th, Arenas down in 29th. So in the Riders' Championship, Martin is your Moto3 World Champion, 57 points ahead of Kennett, with Bastianini in 3rd, just a single point of his teammate Della Portia now. DJ Antonio in 5th, Bezzecchi in 6th, Antonelli 7th, McDonald up to 8th, and now joining that battle for 6th, as he's just 16 points behind Bezzecchi, 8 behind Antonelli, and 24 ahead of Alonso Lopez after his off day. With Mino ran out the top 10 now in triple figures. And outside the top 10, no changes at all. And look at Shorty's, he's not even first Friday yet. Come on, team. Being a bit harsh to McDonald here. He's up to 59 for lean angle, 58 for throttle management and brakes management, and 57 for riding position. Let's just look at the breakdown. Oh, look at all of that reputation earned. So what else happened in Philippine? Well, in MotoGP, Dovi won ahead of Marquez and Rossi. In Moto2, it's Bagnaia ahead of Alex Marquez and Baldassari. And it is confirmed Jorge Martin is your Moto3 World Champion, as we still don't have the results from Japan. That is wonderful. But a race from McDonald. He's had 3 very big highs, 3 podiums, and now 2 victories to his name. Can he make it? A second victory in a row round the Sepang International Circuit in Malaysia for the penultimate round of the season next time out. Sound for watching and find out then.